the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and we talking about marriage tonight. It's easy to walk down the aisle and say I do, but how do you make that last? Ooh, I know there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of loving, a lot of making up, and I'm gonna talk to these two couples about how they make it work. But first, I need a drink in my hand, and Kate Cerna is here from 1891 American Eatery and Bar. And you've got a spicy looking cocktail.
Killer.
The Tejas Killer. Oh, that's perfect. Are you gonna show me how to make it later?
I'll show you how to make it. It's killer.
Ooh, killer! And I know that these couples be wanting to kill their spouses just like I'd be wanting to kill mine. But we're making it work, aren't we? Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Can you believe we still like each other?
No, I can't.
I know, right? It doesn't make sense.
For some reason, you're the only one I want to hang out with.
After all these years,
Still not sick of your face.
I still want to see you naked,
Listen, I've seen you do some nasty I guess we're supposed to be together.
right?
Is that marriage summed up? I don't know. Let's talk to my friends about it. We have Tiffany and Nate Manthe in the building. Thanks for coming.
Hello, thanks for having us.
We have Tambra back, but this time she brought her
My
husband
man.
Ronnie.
That's my man,
the
y'all. That's my
Monteros.
man.
All right, so today we are talking about how we keep our marriages going, how we keep them afloat, how do we commit to that commitment. So,
Yes.
starting with you two, how long have y'all been married?
21 years.
Would you have said that?
Absolutely.
Okay, you know.
That's why I looked at her to make sure she was
Oh,
right.
you would know. She would
knows.
know.
I
She
should have
knows
quizzed
how
him.
this
I should have
goes.
quizzed you. Shoot.
21. Y'all look like y'all in your 20s.
We got married
I'll
when we were
never
12, you
guess
know?
Okay, got it. So early 30s. All right, Tambra, Ronnie.
We are actually working on our 3rd year marriage.
Ooh.
I like him a little bit.
Okay, how long have y'all been together and dating?
Almost, answer this, husband. How long?
Come on, Ronnie.
Going on 10.
Oh, he's right.
Okay,
I mean, not
so
that I was
a decade
surprised,
of.
You passed. You passed. Good job.
All right, so what is the secret to maintaining a marriage?
Ooh, in my opinion, is knowing that one, you're not gonna like him sometimes, or vice versa.
So
But
the
you always
Tejas Killer
gotta-
comes out
Yes, yes, this one. But you always gotta love them and fight fair. I didn't know what that meant when we first got together about fighting fair, because I always just wanted to be right. You know what I mean?
Hold on, that's me. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm 10 years in to this marriage this year. So
You
hold
just
up.
wanna be right.
What you mean? I'm right even when I'm wrong, boo boo. What you
know,
talking about?
You right. But I realized, what was that last year for Valentine's Day? He bought me a second ring.
Ooh.
Look at it sparkle, look at it sparkle. But I realized that when I'm not trying to be right, when I'm just trying to get to a conclusion, and when he win, I win, I get stuff. And we both happy. Right, husband?
All right, Ronnie. Now I gotta hear from you after that. What are your thoughts?
Respect.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think respect is the most important factor when it comes to wife, husband, kids, just the community aspect as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Gotta respect each other.
Yes, definitely.
Do I respect you, husband?
Most of the time.
Hey, we keeping it honest here on the Nightcap.
98% at a time.
All right,
Just a little
so
razzle dazzle.
for the 21 years in, what is the key to a successful marriage, would you say?
I would say being intentional with everything, kind of. You know,
Okay.
just making sure I'm intentional with how I speak to him, how I communicate my feelings,
So
how
true.
like even with with our kids, and just we both have different likes, different things that make us happy, and so he likes to fish a lot.
You like to eat the fish.
But I go with him because I know
Oh, you
it's
go
special.
with him. I
I'll
was
go
gonna
with
say,
him.
like, do you just like set up his day and kind of get the bait ready kind of thing so he can go
No,
enjoy it? You actually go.
I go because I have to take pictures so that way his fish story is true.
That's right.
It's true.
Evidence. I like it.
Oh
I
my
like
God.
it.
This, really.
So I have to start going on fishing trips. My husband loves to fish,
Yeah.
but I never go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
You got to give in sometimes, Catalina. Sometimes to the things that they like so that they can give in to the things that we like.
And I love going to car shows. I'm a
you
car
do?
girl. I love it.
You are full of surprises today.
I know. And so he does. I mean, he's like, really, it's another car. I'm like, no. Did you see the rims on this one? You know, like, it's like I'm going to all of them. And so I think that for us has been kind of like our word is just being intentional with each other.
Yeah.
And celebrating each other's
Yeah.
interests.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I
Nate,
mean-
what about you?
I'm like gonna get real serious here.
Bring it.
Deep.
Let's go.
Like I look at like 3 things that we have to agree on.
Okay.
And so we agree on faith, we agree on finances, and we agree on like family. Like where do we go to spend the holidays? Your side, my side. How many kids do you want to have? Like that was really important to me before we got married. You know, finances, man. If
When did
you're-
you have the finances conversation?
Before we got married.
Wow.
I needed to know where she stood. So she came from a different background than I did, and probably more affluent than I did. And I grew up in rural Minnesota on a farm. And so the way that my family structured finances and conversations, it was different than somebody
Right.
that grew up in the city and, you know, could get things and could get a car because her dad could provide it for her.
Right.
And so that was really important just to have those discussions on the front end because I didn't want to be placed in a conversation where it was like this constant tension of her expectations, I can't meet them, and then we fail. And so,
Wow.
and then faith too.
Yeah.
When hard times come, because hard times come, it's like because we believe the same thing, man, it helps.
Those are the tough conversations.
And so I think because we've been able to weather those storms and have intentional conversations, we've been able to weather some of those.
And make it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when the sun comes out and the rainbows appear. All right, but we're going to talk about this stormy weather, all right? You stay right there. We'll be right back.
You know, the key to a happy marriage is simple communication. So the next time your wife is upset with you, giving you the silent treatment, and you can't quite figure out why, simply grab her some coloring books, set them down next to her, and let her know that she's acting like a child because she can't use her big girl words to tell you what's really going on. She'll clearly understand that you're correct and draw you a pretty picture. Write that down.
Somebody check on him. I don't think he's okay.
That's not what to do. All right, we're talking about marriages and how to keep them going. I don't think coloring books is the way. We got the Manthys here. We've got the Monteiros, Tiffany, Nate, Tambra, and Ronnie. All right, so before the break, I brought up the stormy times.
Yeah.
Ronnie, let's start with you. How do you guys make it through those stormy times that every relationship goes through? And maybe if you don't mind sharing, what do you think is the biggest adversity you guys have faced as a couple? Ooh, Tambra in position. Tambra at attention.
I think the biggest adversity to me is like the cultural disparity between my family and hers. You know, with me being from overseas, her family being from over here, the way that like my family conducts themselves and the way her family does, there's just different dynamics. So when we first started dating, you know, people would come over to the house, we'd be sitting down and hanging out. And like for her daughters, for example, would just sit around the table. And for me, it's like, what are the kids doing here?
Oh.
But for her family, it's the way things have always been done.
So for your family, it's like adults congregate here and kids go play in the
Anywhere.
playroom.
Anywhere
Anywhere but here with the adults.
Oh, wow.
I think that that's more of a me thing, though, because when I was growing up, it was kind of like that, too. And I think that within our relationship, he has a more older, traditional way of doing things, and I have evolved the way I think about certain things, right? So I never wanted to just put a halt to having the kids sit at the dinner table with us or what. And I used to, but something clicked in the inside and it was like, why am I doing this? Just because my parents did it. So I think our biggest difference, honestly, is how we parent our children.
All right, Tiffany, Nate.
That's good.
I know. I follow that one. Well, I think one of the bigger struggles at the beginning was our childhoods, or like how we grew up.
Your
Like
upbringings.
my family was like, we didn't, if something happened, if somebody was mad at each other, you pretended like everything was just fine. We're all at the dinner table. Everybody's mad at somebody, but nobody says anything. You just pretend everything's fine.
Oh, this food is good, Mom.
Yeah. Or it's like super tense. You're just kind of like trying not to make eye contact, but like, oh my gosh, but you could feel it. His side, they're gonna talk it out. Like somebody's mad at you, like they're gonna cuss you out and say it to your face, and then hug and walk away.
So
and it's
he's
done.
me and you.
So when we first got married, that's just what I knew. Like, you know, if my mom was mad at my dad, she'd kind of throw a fit, basically, and like wait for him to come after her and whatever. Well, I attempted that, you know, like we got into it, and I remember going to the bedroom and like throwing myself on the bed and look at the door. And like waiting for him to come after me.
To come in with coloring books.
Legit. And I'm looking, he's not coming. He's like, we are adults.
Yeah.
If you want to come talk, come talk.
Yeah.
Come, let's lay it all out. And it took me a long time
to get that.
It's painful. So I think that like learning, like each other's, and like you said, love languages. That
so
was
important.
legit. Like, yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to piggyback that, I mean, my love language is acts of service. So I would do actually things around the house, wash dishes, do the laundry. I hated that stuff. Mow the lawn.
Not for you.
You can pay somebody to do that.
Yeah.
And so I would do it and expect, hey, thank you so much. But it'd just be
Like he's
Chores,
doing
get
it. He's
her done.
supposed to do it.
Get her done.
But then the biggest thing was, too, I didn't know how she gives and receives love. For me, I thought it was just how many times does she have sex, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so it wasn't that. It was, I mean, hers is like quality time.
Yeah.
Uninterrupted quality time. And I mean, I didn't get it because I bought 2 big screen TVs so she could watch her chick flicks. I would play video games, and we would sit next to each other in the living room. And I was like, isn't this amazing? And she's like,
And that's why it's so important.
This is so wonderful.
This
Oh
is
my
so
gosh.
wonderful. I cannot believe
hate
it. We're just
I'm so sorry. I thought it was. I was like, yes.
But that's why it's so important, though, because a lot of times in relationships, we try to love people like we want to be loved, or we try and solve things like we would solve them without effectively learning, hey, well, my partner actually likes this, or they don't really like this. But if I talk to them this way, they'll respond better. And it takes that extra step in really learning your partner and asking questions.
So like, I never understood the concept of like secluding yourself away from what it is you say you love most. You know what I mean?
wow.
That's
Okay.
my man. That's my man.
But going back to that, you know, I would never want 2 screens either. You know, even though now she complains because if we're watching the show, you know.
Yo, let's talk about this real quick. And I know we
Hold
gotta
on,
move on.
hold the thought. We're gonna talk about it. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Tambra's got a lot to say. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I interrupted my girl Tambra from what she was about to say because we've been talking about marriage. No, she forgot. Did you forget?
No.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Not
She's
at
got it.
all.
Let's go.
Okay. I probably need to take a poll on this, okay? Because when you are watching a movie or a TV show,
Yeah.
do you ask questions during the episode or when it goes on break? I would love to know this because my husband over here, it will be juicy, the best part. And he's like, oh, what happened? I went to the bathroom, I don't know.
Who's
I'm
that
like,
lady?
who's that lady? Why would you
Don't
ask
look
me
up.
this right now? Now
Okay,
I
hold
can't
up.
hear.
Why
She
you
don't
and your
look like his
courtesy
wife.
didn't pause it when he stood up?
Because you should know TV etiquette. I don't know if it's because my husband is from a different country or what. Because you don't talk when the movie is playing. And he will ask me 21 questions like 50 Cent before it goes on commercial. And I'm like, I cannot hear. So, do y'all talk through the movies or?
I try not to. If I come in and he's already started a movie, then I'm like, well, what happened? Who's that? And then he's like, can you just
That's
just
not
watch?
proper etiquette. You don't know either.
But then he's like, just watch.
Just
I'm like,
watch.
okay.
That's right.
And then
You
in my
figure it
head,
out.
I'm like, what happened? Okay.
I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
You want to know?
All right, for people watching at home who are maybe engaged or who probably relate with y'all because they've been married for a while, what is the key to keeping it happy? I'm gonna start with my 3-year, and then I'm gonna go to my wise 21 over here.
I think it's not one key. It's
Okay.
a few different keys.
Okay.
And for us, it's been one, patience and realizing that we are two different people, so we're going to see things differently sometimes, and realizing that's okay. Second key is knowing that we are both fighting on the same team. So when he loses, I lose. When he wins, I win. And as long as we take that and take ego and put it at the back, you will be okay. And also when you drop it like it's hot, drop it like, okay, baby, my baby conservative.
Most of the things that she said, you know, it's very important to be able to listen to one another. You know, a lot of times, and you know, I've been a victim of it, or I've been that person. You know, where it's like you're in such a rush to say what you have to say because what you have to say is so important to the world, but nobody cares, right?
Right.
So you have to let go of your ego. You have to, you know, get in touch with your inner self and just understand that you're nothing to this earth. You're just a simple piece of dust. And the second that you understand that, and that's not just at home with your wife, your fiance, whoever it may be, but that's like to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Humble
Yeah.
yourself.
Of course.
All right,
What would
Nate.
you say?
You better,
Yeah.
you better
Take
get
you.
serious.
I got so much going
go,
on in
Nate,
here.
let's go.
So I think when we got married, I think one of the things that I really appreciated was we took divorce off the table.
Okay.
We said divorce is not an option,
That's right.
but murder is. No, I'm just kidding. And so it was like,
I know, right?
I'm just kidding. So if I'm gone and there's a new car in the driveway, you know what happened. Just kidding. But seriously, like we took it off because when problems come, when we don't see eye to eye, it's really important that if these hands are representing us, that we turn towards each other.
You have such a good point. And I think that women, if y'all wondering if your man love you, I would tell you this. Whenever, even if I'm mad, even if I messed up or whatever, and I'm the one that should be apologizing at that moment, I need to process that. But one thing he always does is say, baby, what you thinking? How you feel? Like, what's going on? And I think that men do that when they really care, because they don't want to dismiss that. They really want to know what's happening. And I be saying what he be doing, and in my head, I be like, oh, I don't want to be mad anymore. He's so sexy. I love him. And then I take my moment to process it, and we talk about it.
Yeah.
But he cares.
Yeah.
I
That's how
love
you know
that.
they care.
Aw. All right, well, cheers to long marriages and no divorces.
No divorces.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right, yeah, we ain't gonna make no killers either, all right? But I am gonna make a Tejas killer coming up next, so you stay right there and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now because I've got Kate Serna in the building from 1891 American Eatery and Bar. And you're here to do what? Back that glass up! Ew, ew, ew. Listen, we love the Tejas killer, okay? It brought out the killer in all of us. It was delicious. And you're gonna show me how to make it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, boo. So what's in it?
So we're gonna start off with 1.5 ounces of our white tequila. Today we're using Espolón. We're gonna be
Perfect.
having this soon at our bar. Right now we don't.
Don't you worry, don't you worry.
And then we're
Oh, so we
muddling
get
in.
a sneak peek here on the show is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I
Something
love
to
it.
look forward to.
Okay, so what is the vibe like at 1891?
That's pretty good. It's like bright and airy, good music. We have a happy hour and a reverse happy hour, so you can come twice a day or stay a really long time and get some good prices.
Listen, take your spouse out on a date to 1891 and stay all day, right? That's the move.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
And if you like brunch or good drinks, mimosas, an excuse to come out would be Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Pretty easy.
Shake, 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 shake. I love it.
Alrighty. Rim our glass with some tahini.
Tahini is probably my favorite rim job.
Yeah.
There was no other way to say it. How else do you say it? I had to say it the Nightcap way. It is my favorite rim job. Simple but delicious, girl. Even Tambra was saying, like, she's not into spicy beverages, but this one, she was all over. And now she and Ronnie about to go to 1891. Oh, look at them. They're coming this way because they want refills. I see them already. Not y'all wanting these, you thirsty couples. Amazing.
I'll take this. I'll just go ahead.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I'll try and help you. Cheers, Kate. Thank you. All right. One last question before we go. How important is it to get it on?
Ooh, baby, if you're not getting it on, you ain't getting nowhere. Okay?
Very important.
Very important. All right. Secret to a long marriage, get it on too. All right? Get along and get it on. All right. We'll see you guys next time.